expecting actually Fish123 to maybe head straight towards B-bomb site, up the tempo a little bit, try and surprise their opponents, or maybe even try some sort of fake push towards the A-bomb site and try to force the Choke Gaming players to rotate over to A and then maybe try and get a sneaky bomb plant towards B. But do I realistically think that Fish123 will win this pistol round, which, to be honest, on a map like Mirage on the T side will do them a world of good? I'm not too sure, because again, Choke Gaming are very, very solid when it comes to this map.
Already setting up some smokes, not a whole lot of follow-up coming out from that one just yet, as we see a couple of members heading up towards Connector. Powell not aware of this one, but he's turned around and he's found him. Trades 1-for-1. Pulse gonna take him out immediately, and now everybody rushing over towards this A site. It's going to be the fight kicking off as Peggy goes down as well. Pulse getting a headshot onto Mighty Max, just 2 CTs remaining. Are they going to be able to defend this one? Doesn't look like it as the Tech9 comes into play. Imi doing his best to get the shots down, but he just can't find anyone. 16 health remaining. He's going to be going down here. So there's Tech9 of Joe, who picks up his double kill and picks up the round for Fish.
That was actually a really, really interesting approach from Fish123, and I'm glad that they proved me wrong. They sent the bomb and 2 other players, I think it was either 2 or 1, at least 1 extra player, towards the underground area. And then what happened was the guys who were outside of A smoked off Connector and Stairs, almost to fake some sort of A ramp push. And then they actually, their teammates ended up pushing through Connector towards the A bomb site. And if it wasn't for Peggy, who actually heard them, he would have had no idea that they were going to come rushing through mid through that smoke. The questions need to be asked of Choke Gaming why there wasn't actually anyone trying to control the mid area. It could have gone wrong for Fish123 when Peggy actually heard the players making noise, making footsteps as they rushed through Connector. But ultimately, it was quite abnormal what Fish123 did by smoking Connector. It definitely worked for them, but talking about Peggy, he's going to get the opener, but is it going to be up against these rifles and submachine guns that the Fish123 players have mounted currently? They're going straight towards this A-bomb site. Joe to go aggressive along with Kitu's right-hand man, and there we have it. Bomb finally going to go down. Choke Gaming, they've got a retake on their hands.
They have indeed, and 3 versus 4, sorry, with the weapon disadvantage here. It's certainly looking in favour of Fish, but the pistols can do wonders. We saw that in our first game of the night, but it's going to be Kita taking out Imi. Turning it into a 2 versus 4. Ezio on just 9 HP is going to be able to take out Joe, but he gets returned immediately by Batham, and now Kita looking to execute the final player. Finds him with the MP7, puts a bullet right between his eyes, and he's going to take the second round for Fish123.
Yeah, very nice from Fish123. Took it slow, kept their distance, and ultimately the firepower was just too much for their opponents. Choke Gaming, only P250s for most of the players here. Pretty obvious as to why, because they want to be able to buy up from round number 4. 2-3 looks like a smoke window room. Head straight down here. The question is, are they going to continue this way? Are they going to go straight through Connector? Are they going to go through underground to B? Are they going to boost towards window room and try and wrap around the A-bomb site? The only thing that worries me is how aggressive some of these CTs have gone towards Palace. I know that at least there's going to be absolutely no one there. Pulse leaves the charge straight out of Connector. Jacob is going to be coming in from A-ramp with that Rec 9 as he wrecks Peggy. But Ezio says, anything you can do, I can do better, and gets a P250 headshot straight towards Joe. Batham frags onto Imi, and it's 3 versus 2. Even if Choke Gaming was to lose this round, they're still going very, very well to drop 2 out of 5 Fish123 players. Now, Ezio needs to pull some heroics out the back.
Does indeed, and he's going to have that P250 in hand, gets a nice shot onto Jacob, but he just can't quite finish it off. The health bars are incredibly low as Kita gets popped. Now, Jacob going to be the next target. Ezio searching for him with the P250, backing away from that flashbang at the very last second. Just needs to get one single bullet. Doesn't quite connect his shot, but he has to be careful. He's only on 22 health himself. The bomb is starting to ping a little bit too quick for him. I don't think he's got the time to get this defused. Batham is going to be taken to half HP, but there's no escape from that one. Batham, the only one to survive the round, going to take the AK on through into this first full rifle buy for both of these guys.
Really well played from Ezio. He was dodging and diving, wanted to make sure that he kept Jacob locked on towards that larger A bomb site, because even if he wasn't going to be able to kill him with his P250, he wanted to make sure that he at least got blown up with the bomb so that he'd lose the weapon that he had. So, good play from Ezio, and now finally Choke Gaming have something to smile about. They've got M4s and Powell has the AWP, so it'll be interesting to see where he takes it and whether Choke Gaming can finally get their first round on the board.
Well, this is going to be one of those oh so important rounds. The first rifle buy, or the first rifle round at least, and it's going to be Joe proving it's the rifle round with that AK. Finds a second one as well. Opens this one wide for Fish. He's going to be caught off guard. Peggy with a whole lot of patience there. It's going to be Batham getting a kill before Peggy does anything.
I have no idea who's there.
Waiting oh so patiently, waiting for his opportunity, and I think he might have discovered it as he takes out Keita, takes out the planter, and fortunately Batham capitalizing with a wallbang headshot. Choke, Ezio, sorry, going to go down to Joe as well. It's going to be a fourth round Fish123. Not a good start for Choke Gaming here.
No. And for me, the main issue so far has been that Choke Gaming just haven't been able to hold mid. Mid is so crucial on a map like Mirage. You get mid as a terrorist, it allows you a secondary gateway in towards B offshore, a secondary gateway in towards A through connector. And we actually saw Peggy, who brought up the AWP, go down in a matter of seconds. He got one AK'd by Joe, who'd somehow crept all the way through mid, through connector, and was already at the steps, and the CTs had no idea. I'm sorry, CTs, but your job's to defend, and you can't let someone like Joe get behind enemy lines like that so easily without even getting noticed.
Yeah, and I mean, you can do so much damage if you can get into those enemy lines. We saw it in the last game as well. Oh. It's going to be Pulse coming in behind Powell, trying to get the sneak on around, but it's going to be Jacob getting another one onto Imi. Choke getting picked off, dropping like flies here. Ezio going to see what he can do with this P250. But in a 1 versus 3, it's going to be a tall order. Only going to be able to find one before Keita takes him with the Tech 9. And this is going to be the plant coming in from Fish. And another round on the board, although Mighty Max trying to prove me wrong here. Finds one for P250. Pulse going to take out Peggy though. With the AWP and the 2 AKs on site, they should be able to defend this one. That's a nice easy kill for Keita. And that's a 5th round on the board for Fish123. So flawless start coming out from them.
Yeah, very good stuff from Fish123. Definitely not what I was expecting at least. But we are going to have a pause. I believe it's because Imi has some internet issues. And he's actually yet to get a frag on the board. Which is... hopefully, it will change. Ezio, one of the 2 players I said we need to look out for alongside Mighty Max. Not doing too badly with 6 frags. But meanwhile, the players have really impressed me for this Fish123 side. It really has to be Joe. I mean, constantly he's just able to pop heads left, right, and centre. And Choke Gaming at the moment seem to have no answer for it. Like I said, I really want to see them put a little more emphasis to Choke Gaming towards mid. I want to see them play sort of what they became famous for in the UK scene, which was adapting an aggressive style defense. A map like Mirage, what they'll do is they'll push players straight through Palace. They'll push players straight towards ramp rather than play passively. They'll get up close and personal to their opponents and not even allow them to really control the majority of the map. Maybe even if they can't control mid by putting a player in window room, because Fish123 keeps smoking that player off, what they can do is maybe send 2 riflers towards the top of mid at the start, throw a flash over, and then have the secondary player with the M4 try and spray down any Fish123 players towards that top left of mid to not just prevent the T's from getting that mid control, but also maybe getting an opening frag or 2 and numerically leaving things in your favour as a CT side. You get that opener, you get 2 openers, you then fall back and play passive.
Well, we'll see if we're going to see that style of play come through here. The pause has been lifted, or is about to be lifted, and we're going to get everything underway once again. Full buy coming out from both of these teams. A couple of helmets missing on the side of Choke, but up against those AKs and AWPs, not going to be the end of the world. Only really going to come into play if we see those pistol fights happening, but shouldn't be too much of an issue for them. Plenty of grenades on both sides here as they move into this 6th round, and Choke Gaming, Their second rifle round so far. They've got to get something on the board.
Here we go. Here's the aggression I wanted. It's going to be 2 Choke Gaming players pushing straight offshore. Ezio's going to make it 7 frags so far, whilst Batham is going to demolish Mighty Max's face. Powell says hello as he comes from behind. He knows that Joe is also lurking down there because he spotted him as well. But it's just a case of whether Joe has been let off his leash. He seems to be going back towards underground. So he's not going to pull the trigger and find a frag just yet. But he's actually hanging towards mid. And the rest of the Fish123 players actually meeting up towards this A bomb site. The bomber in Palace and Jacob may very well peek first in off ramp. See if he can get an entry or two. If he can, then the Palace player with the bomb will come in. And Joe will be hiding underground to catch the B rotator off guard if possible.
Well, we'll see if he's going to be discovered here. I remember last week, that tunnel was a death trap. I'm trying to remember which player it was with the orb that kept on getting the double kills down there. Looks like the A site might just be green light here, and a nice shot from Powell is immediately answered by Joe though, and then Joe drops to Imi, so really nice trade in favor of Choke. Jacob now the last terrorist remaining. Not sure there's going to be a whole lot he can do with this round as he's taken out by Imi, and a nice round for Choke. They get themselves on the board, only 2 deaths as well, so they get to take these rifles on through. Yeah,
very nice from Choke Gaming. They pushed short. Ezio got 1 frag, they got another frag elsewhere. I believe it was towards A ramp as well. Then in a 3 versus 3, it still favours the terrorists, but they didn't panic. They stayed cool, calm and collected. They waited for Fish123 to make their move first, and then they won the fire battle. And here we go. There's a pop flash towards the top of mid. And Peggy is going to peek, but Keita saw it coming. I do believe he may have actually seen the pop flash that didn't flash into the position he was in. And now Joe will down insult to injury by getting the kill of his own. He's not going to be able to. Powell frags him. Batham, however, is in the right place at the right time to make sure that his teammate's death is avenged. And it's advantage, once again, to the Fishers.
Yeah, and Choke, disastrous start to this round. They need to get this one. They just won their first round. They cannot afford to lose that loss streak bonus. They can't afford to get that 1 win and then loss. And now Fish, slowly but surely, starting to regroup, starting to decide which part of the map they want to push on into, and it's looking like it might just be the Apps Ezio here. Over at the B site, he just misses them with the shoulder peak, and now they're going to be pushing on through. The Molotov is going to give them away though, and Ezio going to be well aware of the push that's about to happen on him. Training that M4 on those windows, but he's not spotted any players yet. But now the fighting all kicks off. Batham takes him out. Keita onto Imi as well. Mighty Max, the last man standing with the AK-47, finds 1 headshot for himself. But with Keita and the AWP, actually Mighty Max gets another one. That's his 3rd one of the round. Can he take out Keita? Can he go clutch? No, he can't. Keita finishes him with the AWP, and he takes yet another round for Fish123.
16 kills and 3 deaths for Keita so far. Wait, no, what? Wait, what? It said 16 and 3 at the bottom. Oh wow, Volvo Plus.
I'm not sure.
I thought to myself,
it says
how
13 for Batham as well, so.
What?
I'm not 100% sure.
I'm going to go back and check the VOD. I swear to God. I mean, I know it's getting late, but I'm not imagining numbers. I didn't think to myself.
It does say 16, so.
Wait, press tab. I am done. What?
Rip. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Gabe,
a little bit of a bug coming out there. But anyway, so just ignore the kills that are on those little player sheets at the bottom of the screen.
I'm trying to figure out whether he's actually got 9 or 16 now.
I'd be impressed if he's got 16 in 7 rounds.
Yeah, that's the thing, because I thought 16. Wow, because I know he's been dominant, but I didn't think the game would lie to me.
Well,
Counter-Strike.
how wrong you were. How wrong you were. I mean, it's hard to get all of those little things right, especially for a small developer. But Keita pushing on in with the AWP. Gonna get 1 headshot. Trains that one on the man's forehead, and now 5 versus 4. Fish123 once again with the advantage, but Ezio answers, takes out the planter there. And now bomb down on B. Powell gonna find out Pulse though, catches him off guard and turns it into a 3 versus 4.
Yeah, great play from Ezio. Didn't over-rotate. He realised where exactly the bomb was. He's going to get his double for the round, and he knows the bomb is dropped as well, but Jacob will get the better of him. He's going to scourge on towards that B-bomb site to plant. And Powell doesn't realise Keita's waiting at the top of mid, but they are going to run out of time off Fish123. And thanks to Ezio's heroics over towards B, they are going to rack up their second round on the board. And that's a step in the right direction. Financially, because the time ran out, Fish123 are in a bit of a mess. Keita doesn't care though, he's still going to go for that AWP. It'll be interesting to see whether we can get an entry or two into one of these bomb sites, and Fish123 can at least brute force a bomb plant.
Well, he did fantastically previously, but as I was about to start saying that, Powell finds him out, takes the AWP off of him, and that's going to be choked and exterminating the Fish123 lineup right now. Jacob, the last man standing, he's got a deagle. There's not going to be a whole lot he can do with this one. 1 versus 5. Can he do the impossible? Can he pull out a happy right here? The answer's looking like a no as Imi takes him down with the M4. And it's going to be 3-6 on the scoreboard. Choke Gaming with 2 rounds in a row. They're finally going to be feeling like they might just be able to get a bit of momentum.
Exactly what they need at the moment. And of course, along with momentum, along with winning rounds, it means your economy becomes healthier and healthier. Choke Gaming, they've invested very heavily into this round. Meanwhile, Fish123, by contrast, it's only Jacob who's gone for armor. Gone for a Tech 9 along with paper. There should only be one winner. Imi's going to go aggressive towards a B-bomb site and get the first frag of the round. Batham is going to have his head chopped off by powerful Peggy. Hat-trick for him, and he will make it 4. He says, go away, Fish123, swim away. This is my bomb site. And Choke Gaming get their 4th round now.
Peggy right there, not only single-handedly defending the site, but every single one of those kills was a headshot as well. The marksman.
Now it says he has 18 kills.
It feels like it, mate. It feels like it. Peggy putting a bullet between everybody's eyes right there, just mowing down the Fish123 lineup. But now they've got some rifles in hand once again. Armor across the board and some grenades to boot, but Powell immediately getting some of that equipment down to the floor along with Joe's body. And Joe, one of their big hitters really from that team. It's going to be a bit of a sorry situation with him going down.
It is, but let's see whether Choke Gaming themselves can take advantage. Peggy's just going to renew the smoke towards their ramp, but oh no, Fulton somehow managed to make his way into that small ladder room area, and Imi is going to get shut down, and suddenly it's even Steven at 4-all. The mid control belongs to Fish123. It's just a case of where they want to go from here. We see the bomb rotating back through T-spawn, going towards A ramp. Another player as well going to join the bomber, so it seems like they are going to dedicate 4 men, or 3 men rather, straight towards the A-bomb site, with the flanker in the underground area who'll probably come in later. This would be ideal if they can actually plant towards the right side of the boxes and plant the connector, because then that person will be able to come in and protect the bomb, but keeps it entry fragging. Great play with the rifle, gets the double, but Mighty Max says, I'm going to answer back with 3 kills, and now the Easy Skins man in Pulse really needs to stand up to his reputation. 9 seconds on the clock. He needs to get those running shoes on. I'm sorry, he's not going to be able to plant this bomb. Choke Gaming have won another round.
Fantastic play coming out from Mighty Max there. And we're seeing Choke Gaming. They do not want to lose this game. First we see Peggy annihilate an entire team, and then we see Mighty Max comfortably get himself a hat-trick with that rifle. Fantastic play coming out from both of those players, and they've almost found themselves an equalizer. Fish123 with 6 rounds on the board, but they're currently on a 4-round loss streak right now. Batham, though, is looking to prove me wrong as he takes out Powell with the deagle.
Me going up the ground again. He will let go, but really shouldn't have bit the dust due to Keita's Tech 9. And now Jacob's actually going to pick up that M4. Pulse has an AK of his own, so If they can get one more frag and turn this into a 4 versus 2, then Choke Gaming could really struggle to climb back into this round, and they could lose a round that really on paper they shouldn't.
Absolutely, and I mean, this is of course Counter-Strike Force Buys. We've seen them be incredibly successful in the past. It's just going to be Ezio over at this B site once again, as the players of Fish123 start to look like they're heading towards that half of the map. Definitely could go for a rotation through Connector if they so wish. Seem very undecided on where they want to go just yet. We'll see where the push is going to come out. Pushing on into jungle. It's going to be Peggy spotting them out with a Tech 9 coming out from Kita, proving to be incredibly effective. He's found himself an AWP, and he's going to be more than happy with that one, running away with that in his hands. Ezio is going to fall to Pulse as they push into the site. And Choke Gaming, despite having a huge economic advantage pushing into this round, they find themselves in a 2 versus 4. The grenades coming into the site, but can they do the impossible? Mighty Max finds one onto Pulse, and now 2 versus 3. But it's going to be Batham with the deagle. Takes 1, takes 2. The pistol coming into play, and Fish123 take a 7th round.
Fantastic play from Batham. Fish123 somehow managed to breach that smaller B bomb site plant and had more than enough time to get some superb after plant positions. And here we go.
Looking to plant the bomb as Batham gets that one down. 4 versus 3. Take it away, Kyanite.
Well, it's a repeat of the last round before it cut off. They're back in B, and Choke Gaming are back trying to retake this bomb site. Nice pop fly straight out towards Mighty Max, and he's going to drop one of his own just behind him, so he doesn't get flashed by it, but the team do. Powell is going to walk in on short and try to AWP Joe, which he does. Jacob, I believe he's going to just about hold on. Yep, there it is, confirmed. Choke Gaming have pulled out. They're going to retreat. They want to hold on to these weapons. And Fish123 now, 8 rounds on the board, guaranteed to go into the second half in the lead.
Yep, so fantastic play from Fish123. Just 2 rounds left in this half. They've got 8 rounds on the board, so they're going to be... I mean, they can lose the next 2 rounds and still be happy with that start from the terrorist side. With Choke Gaming, I mean, we've seen individual players just really stepping up in specific rounds, but we've just not seen the same level of team play that we were expecting.
No, not at all. Choke Gaming... Honestly, it looks like their communication has been a bit off as well. Rotation-wise, they've been very, very slow. They've really struggled to coordinate retakes as well, especially towards that B bomb site. But let's wait and see. So far, exactly what we expect to see from Fish123. Good old-fashioned high-tempoed Counter-Strike. But they're going for more of an execution set-piece style now, where they've slowed it down. Choke Gaming, they're not really going too aggressive towards mid here, so if they did, they could potentially get the information that no one's even there, maybe even push the B bomb site. Surprised they've even got 2 players in B. And Fish123, because there's only 3 players towards A, they smoke off Connector, they'll basically neglect Powell, and it'll basically all be down to both Mighty Max and Peggy to hold 5 or 4 incoming Fish123 players. It's going to be very, very tough.
Well, so far it has been Mighty Max and Peggy that have gone for those 1v3s, 1v4s in this game. The flashes are out, the Molotovs are out, and it's going to be Joe opening it up. Takes a head straight off as they push on into the site. Kita with the AWP trying to get in a fantastic position to block off CT, and that's going to be Ezio taking down. A beautiful look coming out from Jacob, and it leaves only 2 choke shots remaining. There's another head taken off of its shoulders, and that's going to be Joe rounding out this one, taking out Powell and turning it into another round for Fish123.
Yeah, unfortunately more technical difficulties for Choke Gaming. Obviously, not much money to work with for them. They'll force buy everything they can. We might see Armor 5-7 buys with maybe a kit and the odd nade here and there for certain players. It's going to take something special to even get 9-6 at this point, but even if they end up going 10-5 down, Choke Gaming are one of those teams who never say never. They never give up, and if they can go onto their T side, win the pistol, make it 3 rounds in a row, then win the first gun round, then they'll quickly find themselves even, and it'll be game on. and they'll just basically have to forget everything that occurred in the first half and just take every round as it comes, especially after building a bit of an economy by winning those first 4 rounds. So let's see whether they're going to be able to do it, but I guess it doesn't really help every time one of their players disconnects, because even though they're losing, it can still sort of lose you a bit of momentum, and it can play mind games on you, and sort of you start to find yourself a little bit agitated and unfocused.
Yeah, and I mean, it's exactly what you say. The momentum can be so crucial. Having that adrenaline pumping, having the sort of momentum off the backs of winning those rounds, or from getting those kills, can be so crucial moving on into later rounds. And as we're here on the last round of the first half, Choke just trying to get their last player in once again. Mighty Max, who has been truly a pivotal player for them in this game so far, is just trying to get everything on board once again. And we'll see if they're going to be able to get anything else on the board. I mean, we were talking about this earlier. While this is generally a CT-sided map, UKCS, we have seen a lot of CT-sided maps feel like T-sided maps. Do you think Choke can come back in the second half?
I do. I genuinely do, simply because, again, we discussed this earlier, they are that team. They've got a very experienced man in Imi as their in-game leader. He'll know the exact right recipe that's going to be required to unlock this Fish123 defense that will come into action come the second half. But like I said, before we start talking about being able to unlock that defense properly and thoroughly throughout that half, they first got to focus on getting those all-important first 4 rounds and basically putting themselves back in the game, because they lose the pistol. As far as I'm concerned, that's going to be it for them. It's going to be incredibly tough to really retrieve it from that point onwards. But most of the time on a map like Mirage, you do in fact see the Glocks win over the USPs, because they're so much better at running and gunning. They're far superior weapons. So Choke Gaming, they've got the quality to turn their favours around, and it'll be interesting to see whether they at the end of the day are capable of doing it. But I do think that on a map like Mirage, maybe one step too far for them to pull out the bag, but who knows.
Well, we'll have to find out once we get Mighty Max back into this game. Apologies about the pauses that have been coming out tonight. I've had a couple of little issues with connections and etc. But we will be able to get everything underway again shortly for you guys. I'll be able to see who's going to be able to take this game. Now remember, this is an all-important game for these players. Fish123 with 9 rounds on the board. They're feeling fantastic right now. Across this season, they have won 3 games and they have lost 3 games. They have to win this game to be in with a chance at qualifying for our playoffs over at MCM in London. And Choke Gaming, they are currently 4-2, tied with United Estonia. So they have to take this game to make sure that they can at least go into a tiebreaker with United Estonia for that 3rd seed. And if both Choke and United Estonia win their games tonight, Choke will automatically take the 3rd seed, as they have a better round win-loss ratio by enough of a margin that it won't matter on these individual scores. So, Choke, if they can take this, they still are going to be pushing forward for that 3rd seed. However, if they don't take this one, we might just see a rematch of these guys specifically. If United Estonia win, we could see that sort of 4th, 5th tiebreaker come into play.
I see Fish123. They've got so much money that they've pretty much gone in for Zeus's as well.
Yeah.
So I wonder whether they'll be able to get, you know, the odd cheeky Zeus frag here and there. But I mean, I'm not too sure what to think about the new Zeus update. I mean, does it now serve a genuine purpose, being only, what is it, $100? Definitely, if you can hold the right angle with it and pull the trigger correctly and get an easy frag. I'm not too sure whether we're going to see changes to it in the future, but I really do think it's going to be interesting to see how professional teams start to utilize the Zeus and how much more we start seeing it in competitive play. And I think we probably, at this rate, will reach a point where we'll start seeing it much less as a gimmick and more as a serious weapon. But yeah, we'll have to wait and find out.
Well, we'll see as we head into this last round of the first half here. 9-5 is the score in favour of Fish123. They're going to be comfortably going into a full buy. AKs in hands. Keita once again with the AWP. We've seen him doing ridiculous things with that weapon this game. And the question is, are they going to be able to turn this one into a 10th round? They were obviously unarmored with those pistols, so not in a fantastic position. And Joe capitalizing perfectly, using that AK-47 to its maximum potential and popping those heads. And now, heading into the second half of the game, Fish123 are going to be feeling very comfortable. 10-5 is going to be their lead. And Choke Gaming saying that they've got a mountain to climb feels like an understatement right now.
Yeah, for sure. But like I said earlier on, if they can win the first 4 rounds, then who knows how this game might end up. Failure to really win the pistol, and I think it is going to be Fish123 who will end up being victorious this game.
Well, we'll see if that's going to be the case. Obviously, if they can win that pistol and the 2 follow-up rounds, they'll be looking at a 13-5 scoreline. Definitely not something that Choke want to be even considering at this stage. Now let's just take a look at the scoreboard right now. Surprisingly, the top fraggers for Fish123 really not that far ahead from the top fraggers of Choke Gaming. But this is not a game of team deathmatch. This is a much more objective-based game. And you can see that in the round scores, but it's going to be Jacob taking off heads to start this one off, gets a triple immediately. And Choke, they're falling to pieces right now. Joe still alive on 2 HP. He's going to be looking to do some damage. Peggy trying to get shots. He's going to find one, going to find 2. What a pistol round. It is going to go over to Fish in the end, but some crazy headshots coming out.
Yeah, it goes to show how individually skilled some of these players really well and truly are. Choke Gaming, though, so unfortunate, and they failed to even get the bomb down. So in this case, they've opted actually not to buy armor, so they could be looking to go for that early buy in the 3rd round. Let's wait and see. Leading the charge up catwalk, but Joe is ready and waiting with that MP7. Knows there's more coming his way. Out comes the pistol, and he's really making it look easy at the moment.
Yeah, you can tell that these guys are warmed up, can't you, by just how accurate these headshots are coming out from the pistols. Just cleanly taking heads left, right, and centre. That's going to be Jacob with yet another pistol headshot to round that one out. And it's another one on the board for Fish123. Choke Gaming, they full eco'd last round. What are they going to do with this one? Looks like kind of a pistol force spike coming out. A Deagle, 2 Deagles, and a Tech 9 in the hands of Ezio. We'll see if there's going to be anything they can do with these pistols. They've got to get something on the board here.
So, opting to go in this round, so maybe they're saving up for an AWP, or they really want to go in all guns blazing for their normal gun round rather than take the gamble on the round. Just playing in connector, we'll get a pro 90 spray down up against his unarmored opponents, and I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what Choke Gaming have in mind. Let's see what it's going to be, but I just feel like maybe they've left it a little bit too late, and that the force buy last round may have been a better option.
Well, can they get the miracle clutch? That's going to be what they're asking themselves right now. With a scoreline like 5-13 in matchmaking, people will be trying to throw out the surrender vote. But Choke, they finally got rifles in their hands. They actually have more grenades as well than their opponents right now, Fish123. On 13 rounds, though, they only have to take 3 more to take this game and to push into those potential tiebreakers. All going to be dependent on the score of our final game of the day. A very slow start to this one. Choke playing this very calculated, searching for those picks, and it's going to be the pick from Mighty Max as he blows Keita's head off. Joe peeking on out, but he's going to be traded 1-for-1. And now the advantage finally in Choke's favour. A beautiful shot from Ezio as Batham trying to peek them on out through the window. He's not going to be able to connect his shots. 20 HP remaining as he finds one. Mighty Max going to get this bomb down crucially. And now 2 versus 3.
It is indeed. They don't realise that Jacob is actually coming in from the apartments area. Oh my god, he's going to get the double. And that Molotov, is it going to burn Imi? No, but it's going to force him out. Imi with the headshot, but it's going to be Jacob who's going to be at least the man of the round. It looked like Choke, they had the bomb site. It looked like it was their round to lose. And Jacob's heroics confirmed that it certainly was. 14-5. No way should he have managed to get those 3 P90 kills, and somehow he did it. Fortunately for Choke, they planted the bomb, so they can still just about mount up these AKs.
Disastrous round for Choke Gaming. They honestly could not afford to lose that one. Everything was riding on that full buy coming out, and they just weren't able, even with the advantage at the start, weren't able to pull it on through. And now 5-14, 1 away from match point. Fish123 are looking to desperately pull themselves back into the standings and head over towards MCM. Smoke grenade on into window. There's Choke trying to find a way through the defense of Fish123, which has so far been impenetrable. And now Peggy pushing aggressively. He's going to find the head of Jacob. And now Imi jumps in through Matt. He's going to find another headshot with those AKs. Keita on the scene, trying to get someone with the AWP. Well, so far, this is looking fantastic. Legs him through the wall there. Paul's going to walk away on 3 HP. The bomb is going to be going down. Choke, if they can take this round, they maybe have a sliver of hope, but honestly, they're searching for a miracle.
They are. Fish123, they put all their eggs in one basket and decided, look, let's put all our men on Alan. Hope that Choke Gaming are coming here as well, but wasn't the case. Ezio in a perfect position to deal a lot of damage, and there's the first. Little does he realise that Pulse and Keita are also coming his way too. They're going to be trying to keep that AWP. The question is, can Ezio get one more frag? Keita will not allow that to occur. And Fish123 still in this, and Choke Gaming keeping their own hopes alive at 14-6.
I feel really importantly as well, Keita managed to keep that AWP. So even with sort of that loss of economy in losing a round, I mean, they were comfortably going to be able to rebuy anyway, but saving that nearly $5,000 is just so important. If they lose this next round, possibly the one after as well, they're going to be in a much better situation because of that alone. And if they can do that, even if they lose this one as well, they're going to be able to, hopefully for them, hold on to a couple of those rifles at least, and that can just keep that economy a little bit nicer looking. But Choke Gaming, they finally get a 6th round on the board, with over double the score right now for Fish123. They're certainly not going to be feeling very happy with themselves. With a very aggressive position with the AWP. He's peeking on down, and he's going to find Imi. That's going to be Ezio dropped as well by Batham. Fish123 looking to end this game, looking to push it on to match point. Choke trying to push into the A site, but everybody is here from the CTs. Mighty Max finds Batham. The CT spawn is swarming with the defenders right now. They have to get this bomb down at very least. Powell, Peggy, sorry. And then the headshot onto Jacob. The bomb trying to be planted, but Mighty Max with a nice fake is going to pick up a kill for this. 2 versus 2 now, but Keaton turns it into a 2 versus 1. Mighty Max searching for their headshots, but he's just not able to find them. And they still don't have this bomb down.
Mighty Max to decimate Keaton, that's exactly what he's done, and now
to keep Choke Gaming in this, to prevent the match point. He also needs to execute Pulse, and he will! 4-man for Max, and a 2 versus 1 clutch. Finally, Fish123 find their economy in tatters, and Choke Gaming have a platform to build on.
Fantastic play at the end of that round. Mighty Max living up to his name there, and Choke Gaming with yet another round on the board. Still on half the score of Fish123, but that'll definitely have at the very least been a morale boost. The eco going to come out, as you say, from Fish123. P250s in hand, and Choke should be able to pull themselves another round. The shots missed from Keita, and it's going to be 2-2 open from Choke. Batham does trade one across, but Peggy is not going to allow that to be enough. 2 remaining CTs now, as we see this sandwich go down onto Jacob. Joe, last man standing, he gets one with the P250. Can he do the ridiculous? No, he can't. It's going to be Peggy rounding it out with a triple kill for himself, getting an 8th on the board for Choke Gaming, and maybe making this ray of light shine through. Only 6 rounds down, but Fish123, they've pulled out 4 spy.
Yeah, all Choke Gaming can do now is take every round as it comes. Get the past, focus on the present. The game is over. Keita all the way up mid, but Ezio's quick to return the frag and avenge Jimmy's death as the flashes rain down towards this larger A bomb site. Jacob and Co getting prepared to mount the retake, but little do they realize that Baffin's actually hiding in CT Spawn. He will spray down Peggy. Ezio, oh no, done from behind by Joe. It's 3 versus 2 now. Fish123 with the slight advantage, and somehow Joe blows Mighty Max to smithereens as well. He lobbed that nade straight through the smoke, and it landed with absolute perfection.
The weight of the world on Powell right now. He's going to find one with the AK. Little does he know there's someone behind him on stairs. He turns around, but he can't land the shot. It's going to be Fish123 taking the round. They are finally onto match point. They've been on 14 for so long, and now they are 1 round away. That won't be the case for them, but our game is finally back underway here. Choke Gaming with an ever so slight economic advantage, but Fish123 with the 4 spy. They've got the FAMAS, they've got the Scout, and a P90 in the hands of Jacob. We've already seen Jacob get a hat-trick with the P90 earlier on this game, but that was against those unarmored opponents. We'll see if he can replicate that success against these AK-47s in the hands of Choke. They're pushing on into the A site. They decided to go with a much quicker round here, and it's going to be Keita opening it up, but immediately answered by 2. Batham with a jump scout onto Powell. Disaster for Joke, and now 3 versus 2. They managed to get the bomb down. Can they turn this into a round? Can they defend it? Batham on only 20, and Pulse finds 1. It's all down to Ezio here. He's found 2 already. Can he turn it into the 4K and keep Joke in this game? The bomb is down. The smokes are everywhere. Can they get the defuse here? Ezio is gonna fall to the hands of Pulse. The defuse is gonna come out. It doesn't matter that he's got no kit. He's got the time to play with. The defuse is going to be there. And Fish123 takes the game 16-8.